This short video is on rotations, specifically 90 degree, 180 degree, and 270 degree counterclockwise. So if you're struggling, one thing you can always do is go back to the interactive notebook and with the transparency and make a point with a marker and do the specific rotation and see exactly how the order pair changed. The other way to do it is with the rules. So we're going to start first off going over the 90 degree counterclockwise rule. So if you rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, your rule is if your ordered pair is originally XY, it changes into negative y comma x. So what happens is your x and your y coordinates are going to flip, and then you're going to change the sign of the first one. So I have an example here. We have triangle ABC. A is located at the point 1, 2. B is located at 1, 4, and C is located at 3, 5. And we're going to do a 90 degree counterclockwise rotation. So in general, if you think about it, if my triangle is in the first quadrant, if I go 90 degrees counterclockwise, it should end up over here in the second quadrant. Okay, so we'll see how well this works. So with my point, again, A is at 1, 2. When I do the transformation, okay, A prime, we're going to flip them, so we're going to change it to 2, 1, and we're going to change the sign of the first one. So A prime should be located at negative 2, 1. So right over here is my A prime. Okay, B, next. B is located at 4, 1, so if I do a 90 degree counterclockwise rotation, I'm going to flip them, so it's going to turn into 1, 4. I'm going to change the sign to the first one, so it's going to become negative 1, 4. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's your B prime. And then C prime was at 3, 5, or C was at 3, 5, so C prime, we're going to flip them, change it to 5, 3, and change the sign to the first one. So C prime is going to be at negative 5, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here is my triangle. Kind of sloppy, but here's my triangle. Notice it looked like, again, the triangle was rotated. Another way to look at it is if you would take each point, like A, connect it to the origin, and then connect it to A prime, it should make a right angle. Same thing with B, the origin, B prime. Looks like it makes a right angle. And with C as well. Okay, so again, that's the rule for doing a 90 degree counterclockwise rotation. You flip them and then change the sign to the first one. So what we're going to do next is take a look at 180 degrees counterclockwise. So what happens with this one, again, you could use your transparency and watch how it plays out in your interactive notebook or looking at the rule. If my original point is XY, when I do a 180 degree counterclockwise rotation, it's just going to change the signs of both. It's going to change into negative X, negative Y. So if we stick with the same original triangle, so A, again, was originally at the point 1, 2. So again, if we do the 180, A prime is going to be located at negative 1, negative 2. Okay, so again, if I graph the point over here, negative 1, negative 2, here's A prime. Okay, B, it was located at 4, 1. When I do a 180 degree rotation, it can be in either direction, counterclockwise or clockwise. B prime is going to turn into negative 4, negative 1. So again, on my graph, excuse me, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 1. So this is my B prime. And then C prime, or C was located at 3, 5. So C prime is now going to be located at negative 3, negative 5. So negative 3, negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my C prime. So again, it's a little sloppy. But again, notice what happens here is, again, 180 degree rotation is going to be over from quadrant 1 now to quadrant 3. And again, for each one, if I wanted to, I could connect A to the origin to A prime. It should make a 180 degree angle. Same thing, B to the origin to B prime, 180 degree angle. Same thing for C. So for most people, the 180 degree rotation one is the easiest one to do of them all. So the last one we're going to look at is 270. So if we look at the 270 degree rotation one, my rule is, again, if I'm going counterclockwise, we're going to change it from XY to Y negative X. Okay, so if I do this, I'm going to start with A, again, originally at 1, 2. So when I do the 180 degree, the 270 degree counterclockwise rotation, A prime is going to change into 2, negative 1. I'm going to flip them, and I'm going to change the sign to the second one. So B prime, if it was at 4, 1, we're going to flip them, so it becomes 1, 4, and I'm going to change the sign to the second one. So it's now going to be located at 1, negative 4. And then finally for C, if C was at 3, 5, when I look at its image, we're going to flip them, so we're going to change it to 5, 3, and we're going to change the sign to the second one. So it's going to be located at 5, negative 3. And again, if I look at the graph, 2, negative 1 is going to be down here in the fourth quadrant. So there's my A prime. B prime is going to be at 1, negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my B prime. And then C prime finally is going to be at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 3. So there's my C prime. Now notice, again, my figure is a little bit sloppy. But, again, it did not change size, it did not change shape. We could do the same kind of concept if I connect the original point, which is A, to the origin, and to A prime. It should make a right angle. Okay, so again, what I was saying is when we take any of the original points, like B, connect it to the origin, and connect it to B prime, it should make a right angle, which again, if the other direction here is 270, that means this one right in here is going to be 90 degrees. So hopefully this helps. Let me know if you still have any questions. Thanks.